Welcome to the Sweat and Slay podcast. I'm your host, Jakaya Shepherd, and listen, I got some real good topics for today. I got my girl Shan Hill. She is amazing. So I'm gonna tell you guys, she is a wife. She's a boss. So Loom Lash. She is a brow guru. So anybody want to get their brow snatched? She is the connect. She's the plug. She's also a sister. So I describe Shan with three words, which is passionate, devoted, and full of life. So Shan, you can just give us a rundown on who you are and what's going on with you. What's happening?
Hey everybody, as she introduced, I am Shan Hill. Yep, I am all those things. I'm a wife, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss, I'm a sister, and I am full of life. I am devoted, sometimes too passionate, just have a lot going on. Yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for joining this conversation today. We are calling this Fitness and Fiancee. And so a lot of people, when it comes to your fitness journey, people come for different motivations, different reasons. So I really want to dive deep into like when you're getting ready for your dress, your big moment, your walking down the aisle moment, like going dress shopping, all of those things, how fitness plays a huge role in that and your confidence, your body confidence, going to your fittings, everything. So all right, so I want to start off with a quick game. So we play a little icebreaker. Okay. So this is like sweat is like when you're sweating it. So this is like a con. Like, okay, I'm not feeling it. Okay. Slay is like, okay, girl, like, yes, I'm here for it, right? Okay. So the first thing I want to address is Nick Cannon and this eighth baby. Are you sweating or slaying this? Where you at with that?
Oh, I'm sweating it. Let me tell you why. Okay, I understand God said multiply and be fruitful, but at some point now, you just don't want to keep populating with this woman here, this woman there, this woman here, this woman there, and then you're not making any commitments to any of those women. So that's why.
Yeah. So because he's not been married and he just going out here and multiplying with everybody.
Yeah, with everybody. So that's why I'm sweating it. No.
Okay. All right. So that was one. So now recently, and I specifically got this off of the Shade Room. Okay. Lizzo, she stated that I am a body icon when it came to the topic of stereotypes in conversations. Okay. Are you sweating or slaying that statement?
I'm going to slay that statement just because she doesn't allow anyone with their negative comments to put her down. She loves herself and the body that she's in. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to slay that.
Okay, all right. So what about this whole, now I don't know if I'm saying her name right because I really don't pay attention to Kanye like that, but his new girlfriend, is it Channy and Kanye? So, okay. So recently he's been popping up with photo ops of this new girl that kind of looks like him. Are you sweating or slaying Kanye and his whole like getting divorced, don't want to be divorced, now he asked for Kim back, now he with a new girl. This whole situation, you sweating or you slaying it?
I'm gonna have to sweat it because for one, he needs to make his mind up on who he want to be with.
Right.
I feel like he's just doing that for the public right now. Okay. It's a stunt. Okay. And then that's kind of obsessive. Why would you go and get somebody that look exactly like your wife? Like what? That's too much. No.
Obviously he do got a type. He got a whole type. Okay, so on Sweat Slay Podcast we have these five F's and I call them Pentagon Principles. So these are to me the foundational things in your life right now. So from 1 to 10, 1 being it's okay, I can really improve. 10 is you on point with this. Okay. Alright, so and we did this with the vision board. So the 5 L's.
Similar like that.
Yes. Okay, so when it comes to family, are you like on top of your family? Are you a 10 in that area or you can need some improvement? 1 to 5, where you at?
I'm a 10 with that.
Come on, family. Okay.
Yeah.
With your faith, 1 to 10, where you at? Spiritually,
I'm gonna say I'm probably about a 7. Okay. I need to be more on top of that.
Okay. All right. So now, when it comes to fitness, I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts. Mm-hmm. Mental fitness, where you at?
Mental fitness. I'm going to say I'm actually at a 10. Okay. And let me explain why. Before I started coming to you, I found every excuse in the world not to not to want to exercise, not to even try to change my life or it's healthy eating, not wanting to do better.
Right.
And since I've started, that has completely changed. When I'm not at the gym, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Where is my life? Like, especially when I go out of town, I'm like, okay, I can go to
you throw it out.
Yeah. So and it really gives me a positive light. And I used to be so negative towards myself. I used to talk about, my body, how I look. I was unhappy. I was always complaining.
Right.
And now it's the complete opposite. So that's why I say a 10 for.
So mindset.
Mindset, it gives me a 10.
Come on. Okay, so physical fitness.
Physical fitness, I'm going to say probably like a 6 or a 7, just because I've seen my progress from starting at the gym. And, I haven't even been coming that long, and I've been progressing like crazy. But I know there's still some areas I need to, focus on and get better with.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not right to where I know I need to be and should be.
Okay. So, finance. So, where are you at with that? 1 to 10.
Girl, finance. I'm not at a 10 because I want to be a millionaire.
Come on,
I'm just going to say that, there's always room to grow to be a millionaire.
Right.
But for as a finance, I would give myself about an 8.
Okay.
I'm at an 8 because I'm in a good financial state. This year, just being able to actually grow my business, and then even during the pandemic when my business wasn't booming during the pandemic, I still was able to afford a lot of things, stock up on inventory, and I would say, far as money management, I've actually progressed in that area.
That's
so far as my business wise, I'm going to say I'm at an 8.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, and then fun in your life. Where you at with that? Are you having fun?
I am having fun, but I need to have more fun.
Come on.
So I'm gonna say for fun right now, because of this wedding, it's been a little stress, but it's also been fun. But fun, I'm gonna say I'm probably like at a 6 because I need to have way more fun.
Okay.
And with me being an introvert, I need to stop making excuses of saying, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna go next time," or let me get back to you. So I need to have more fun.
Okay. So 1 to 10, where you at?
I'll say about a 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to have more fun.
All right. So really, I want you to kind of summarize just a little bit. If you could fast forward us to where you are now, take us back to when you met Russ and where you're at now, but speed through that so we can get to the juice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So when I first met Russ, I was, I'm 31 now. I was 25 years old.
Okay.
And when I met Russ, we first interacted. He tried to take me out a couple of times. I said no, because I had a thing in my head that he wasn't my type, right? So once he won me over with, going out on a date with him, I had to get past he wasn't my type, and I started to see his qualities that he was my type. So from us meeting, we went out on a couple of dates. 6 months, we were actually engaged. He proposed to me 6 months.
6 months?
6 months after being together.
Girl.
Yep, 6 months.
Okay, we don't need Sierra's friend. We need Shan's method, okay?
6 months after being together, because I let him know, look, we're not just about to be, I'm not about to be coming over, I'm not about to be staying, with you, I'm not about to be shacking up, you're going to have to do something, propose or something. I was on him, right? Yeah. And it doesn't take a man to know 5 to 10 years, I feel like, if they want to marry somebody or not. Okay, so we get engaged, right? Get engaged, we got married the next following year. And then we moved out here to Houston, Texas.
Where y'all from?
We are from Louisiana.
Okay,
Louisiana. Right, we've been out here in Texas. And then, this year we'll be married 5 years and then together 7 years.
Oh,
so that's kind of like a fast forward of everything.
Okay, so basically, Russ was the type of man that was looking for a wife. Because you got to have a man that's looking to settle down, right? Yeah. So you had a man that was looking for a wife. He met Shan. Shan bagged her a husband. And she moved from Louisiana to Houston.
Yes.
That's so bomb. Okay. So, how long was the engagement process? So you're still you were engaged, and then how long did it take from the engagement to
okay. So look, we got engaged in August, right? In February.
Okay, of the following year.
Year we were married.
Oh wow.
We signed the paperwork at the courthouse. Yeah, we didn't have an actual wedding, so but we just signed at the courthouse.
Okay, so August to February. That was quick. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So a lot of people. Okay, so you've been married for how long since you got married at the courthouse now?
5 years.
5 years. Okay, so 5 years, and you're about to be having your ceremony, your wedding.
Yes.
This May.
This May.
Yep. Okay. So so take me to the point where from the moment you got engaged to the moment you made the decision to be like, I'm getting married, I'm gonna put on this dress. Like, what was your thought process? Take me through that.
Okay, so with this whole having an actual wedding ceremony, right? Yeah. When we signed the paperwork, honestly, guys, a lot of people don't know this. For us was like, it was either we were going to continue to live in Louisiana and have an actual wedding ceremony, or either we were going to move and expand our future out here in Houston. So I actually had to make a decision right then and there because he had sign up. And at that moment, I didn't want to feel like I was being selfish to say, you know, I just want to be, you know, flashy or put on a need to stop, you know, your career. So that actually was the main reason why we did not have a ceremony. So we choose to move out here, you know, instead of having a ceremony. And then he also stated he wanted to wait 5 years of us being married to have an actual ceremony. Reason being, and this is statistics, sorry, most marriages do not last 5 years. So it takes you 5 years to actually learn your spouse. So with that being said, I'm actually glad we waited. So that's what got to here. We've been married 5 years. I'm not saying the entire 5 years was all peaches and cream because every marriage have their struggles, right? But we grew past those struggles to get to this point to where we can't have an actual ceremony. So when I knew it was time, baby, I was like, look, I need my bridesmaids. These are my colors. This is what I've been looking for a dress for this long. So I'm excited now, as you can tell. So it was just like excitement when, you know, you made it to that point to where you can't have an actual ceremony.
Okay, so y'all were wanting to be very in tune with your marriage, like saying when you get up there and you state those vows, they mean something because you put the work in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now that y'all are past that hook, y'all made them 5. That's a huge accomplishment for a young Black couple.
Yeah.
Your mindset and motivation to get snatched. What was your mindset and process into that?
Okay, so besides me waking up every day, going to the mirror, looking in the mirror, and I'm just like, hey, you know, I've been a certain size all my entire life, and I'm no longer that size, and I'm starting to see features on my body I've never seen before, and I was starting to feel uncomfortable, and I was like, you know what, this is my time, this is my moment, I need to do something to change that, right? So I was like, I'm gonna find me somebody to get my body in shape, you know, to get my mind together. And my husband, he was very supportive. He was like, you know, do whatever you need to do for you. So I was adamant. I was on a mission.
Yeah.
And I was so happy I found you. I'm telling you, from the very first trial, you know, we did the little trial session at the gym. I went home and I was telling her, oh, like, she been doing this and all like that. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm going back. So just being, let me see, reinforcing that positive mindset and me saying, we can fight together. This your day, you need to be stretched. You need to have all eyes on you.
Yeah.
So that was the mindset behind it.
Okay. So you basically, like, you wanted to feel more confident. You wanted to, like, when all eyes were on you, you everybody forward.
Yes.
Like, that was just the mission. It's just like totally snatched. The best Shan you can put forward in front of everybody, all eyes on you, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. All right. So did your body at the time of dress shopping, was that like, okay, I'm shopping for this body or I'm shopping for the body I know I'm gonna go create? Take me through that process when you were shopping for your dress for the first time.
Yes, when I was shopping for my dress for the first time, I was shopping for the body that I knew I was going to create. Because listen, when I went dress shopping, my body wasn't 100% where it needed to be. We were still in the process. Well, I hadn't even started, I don't think, working out yet when I actually found my dress. But in the back of my head, I knew I was going to be getting myself together. I was like, hold on. I'm like, no, I'm not going to let anybody stop me. You know, I'm going to get this dress. And then if this dress is too small, guess what? I'm going to get my body together so I can fit in this dress. And I kid you not, how the dress looked on me when I first went shopping, it doesn't even compare to how it looks now. I'm telling you, like, I'm like, I can't even explain. I'm so excited.
Right. Okay. So you already knew going in, like, okay, this dress gonna fit me like this, but this ain't the body that's gonna come down this aisle. So you already had in your mind. Your mind was all
correct. My mind was gone.
okay. Okay. So now that you have an accountability with your workouts and you are confident that you know that your body can get to like the point you needed to get, how has that changed your like feelings towards how you and like your spouse like interact? Do he compliment you? Do he motivate you? Do he encourage you? Walk me through what that looks like for your husband and you. Like what that relationship looks like.
Yeah, it really has changed our dynamic for us with our intimacy level and everything, because when I first started going, he was just he was very supportive, and then he would say, you know, well, I want to see how long you're going to stick with this, because I've tried to work out with him before multiple times, and you know, it just never works. Especially if you're in a relationship, you know, your spouse or your partner is not going to sometimes push you as you need to be, or sometimes they won't even hold you accountable. If you would go to the gym and I would say, okay, I'm not going, he'd be like, okay, fine, then walk right out the door, right? But since I have started coming to the gym and being more consistent, my body is changing. You know, he'll walk past me and he's like, okay, body builder. If he see me taking out the trash, he's like, oh, girl, you're strong now. Just, you know, those little compliments here and there. But I know he really mean it. You know, anytime he walk past me, he'll say, you know, you stand with back there right now, but let us go. You know, fine. So it gives him actually a sense of feeling proud as well to see me, you know, changing and working out and getting my body together. It makes him happy because I'm happy. So, and it has made the intimacy level way better, because some old clothes I was going to get rid of, like a pair of the shorts I have on, so I was going to throw them away, throw them out. You're like, oh, girl, you can get back in your old clothes. So he noticed. He's excited and I'm excited. So,
see, and you have one of those type of situations where your husband compliments your goals. And a lot of people can't even say that about their spouse. Like, you know, because of, I'm not going to call it competition, because I don't want to see it like that. But in a way of like being jealous of the attention that you may be getting out. Or, you know, like his insecurities might be heightened because yours are diminishing. So a lot of people, you know, don't have those type of relationship with their spouses. So I really commend Russ for like being down with you in that. All right, so let's see. So you hit on intimacy, right? All right, and you can go as far as you want to go with this, but I want to say, like, and when did you notice the difference in your intimacy level? Because intimacy can mean, it don't even have to be sexual. It can be like non-sexual gestures or body language, anything you can note on. Like, what changes has it made?
Okay, now for me, I hope y'all don't have any kids.
So look, put the kids up. Put the kids up.
For me, I noticed instantly because my sex drive, it shot up.
Come on,
baby. When I said, right, yes, I'm telling you, because you can see a huge difference. I'm telling you, if you're not working out, and you're not getting your body in the best shape, and you're not feeding your body the right things you need to, your body's gonna tell you. You're gonna feel sluggish all the time. You know, even if Russ would be like, you know, hey, come on, you know, let's do something. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it. I'm tired. No, baby, it's never there. Oh, I'm always ready. You're ready. Okay, hold on. Give me a few minutes. So just for us having that endurance now from working out, I can tell it has gone all the way up. He's like, girl, hold on. So for us that, and then like you said, it doesn't have to be physical, you know, physical all the time. It can just be mental intimacy, because see, Russ, he likes mental intimacy and stuff. And then just even when you're feeling good and positive, I can also encourage him, you know, because even though we don't work out together, if he goes to the gym, sometimes I'll say, hey, you know, you looking good, and I can tell it just it changes it all around completely. So definitely. For me, the main thing was it made my endurance and sex drive, baby, way higher. Yes.
Okay. So let me see. So if you can touch on this too, like, how do you, like, have you learned anything about your mental toughness or your fitness journey that helped you understand, like, how Russ probably felt when he was going to the gym and you weren't? And, like, have you, like, have more respect for, like, how he used to get up all the time? And, like, anything changed about your perspective of your husband?
Yes, it has, because at first I used to always say, when I wasn't working, I used to always say, well, why are you going to the gym so often? You know, why are you doing this certain thing, and why are you doing that? And it's not until you start working out you realize, right? Okay, so you have to have your mindset set. Let me see how I can best explain this. You have to have your mindset set on keeping yourself accountable for the things that you do on a daily basis when you go into the gym, right? So with my mental toughness now, I used to think I couldn't do certain things because I had never done it before. And that used to be a fear of mine. When I used to go work out with my husband, I used to be afraid to do certain things because I never actually push myself into doing that. I used to psych myself out in my head, right? So that plays a huge part in out. Long as you are able to define in your mind and stop psyching yourself out, because that's all it is, right? You can say, hey, I can do this. I'm going to get this done. Like something simple as a bench press and squats, which you know, I feel like those are, I hate, to be honest, I'm just going to say I hate squats, right? Because I feel like I suck at them, right? And I used to always psych myself out. I would never do this with my husband. I would never do squats with my husband. So I've learned now, hey, you're strong. You can do this. Don't let anything defeat you. As long as you have the right form, you're using the right technique, and you're not trying to pick up too much weight that you know you can't bench press or you might not can squat, you can do this. So it changed it completely. So
Oh my God, just to hear you say that, it's always like, I don't know if it's like the teacher in me or like the encourager, but I'm like inside like, because it's really exciting to like see how like confident you are in the fact of like when you first came in. I wouldn't even call it timid, but I would just call it like very reserved in the way that she worked out. It was just kind of like, well, I don't know if I can do this, but I'll try. I was optimistic about it, but it was just like, oh, I never done this before, and now I really get from you, like, when you get other people really involved when we're working out, like, girl, come on, it'll get better, like, encouraging other people, and I just love that.
That's how you have to be, and thanks to you, because you know you are the teacher, and you have shown me the right form and the right technique of doing things before. Because like I said, I've worked out before in the past, but girl, let me tell you, I wasn't doing that stuff right. I'm telling you. How we work out now in the gym, and the techniques and the skills that you show me, I'm not doing that right now. And that's part of why I didn't see any changes or any results at first. I'm not doing it right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so like we've talked about lifestyle changes, healthier eating. Let's go through that because like you said, rest before, but how has the eating part affected like daily household things? Like when you pick up groceries and when you cook and when you want to eat out, walk me through that.
Okay, so I am a foodie, y'all. Like, and before I started working out, my biggest downfall was snack. I would just sit around the house all day and I would just constantly snack. Sometimes I wouldn't even eat meals because I would be snacking. But now knowing, right, I actually need to portion my meals. I cannot snack all day. I need to make sure I eat breakfast. If I don't have a hearty breakfast, like you told me, at least have me some protein or, something that I can have fuel to actually burn energy, because not eating anything, right? That is staying on you, it's reserved, trying to store itself. So my eating habits have actually changed, and I've noticed now too, I don't eat as much, right? I eat very smaller portions. Like even my favorite thing to eat, guys, is hibachi, right? So if we go out to eat to hibachi, I don't even get a full portion anymore of regular size dinner plate. I do the kid size, because I think I remember one night I texted you and I was like, hey, I'm just going to get the kids portion. So it have definitely changed, right? So I had a Sprite today, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I had a Sprite today.
It's right here.
I had a Sprite today, but I have cut down on the amount of sodas that I drink. Drinking more water, y'all. Religious. I love water, guys. So I buy it in case for sales, but it has completely changed. So I'm more mindful of the foods that I get, and then it's been a little bit easier for me because my husband doesn't eat meat. So if he do, every now and then he'll eat shrimp or he'll eat fish. But as far as chicken, beef, anything like that, he doesn't eat. So that has also been an easier transition for me too, because I don't have to make as many groceries as I normally would if he was eating those things. And then for me, I love to also snack on. I like chips, right? But now I know, okay, I'm not gonna eat these chips, right? So I'm gonna do some grapes, or I do a banana, or popcorn. So that's my main substitute. Popcorn.
Come on.
So yeah.
Come on, she's giving y'all hacks. She's giving y'all snack ideas. These are gems. If y'all ain't catching them, she's throwing them. Come on.
Look, you gotta get your body right. You gonna feel a whole change. You gotta feel better mentally and physically.
But I love the fact that how you highlighted things as if you're not missing out on the things that you love. You're just modifying them, and I think that's a huge thing when it comes to successful programs and the ones that people get snatched and you see them in 10 months and then they look. I'm not gonna say but they don't look the same, right? So it's a long-term commitment because your lifestyle practices are realistic to what you do on a day-to-day basis. So that's a gem. I like that. So have you done your bachelorette party, bridal shower? You still got other things to dress up for, to look cute for. What are you looking forward to?
Okay, so we have not done the bachelorette bridal party yet, right? So my bridesmaids, they think I don't know, but I know because they've been speaking around me with text messages and stuff, asking me things here and there. So I feel like they are, I know they're planning something for me. I'm just waiting on them to surprise me with it, so I'm just going to act surprised. But I know, so I'm looking forward to that, so I can get to dress up. And I actually myself, I want to plan something, with my bridesmaid and actually with my ladies of the gym before I actually have to leave and go to Louisiana, so we can just get together and do something. So all this, it's very, very exciting.
Yeah,
so, and I'm happy. I can't wait.
Okay. Yep. So I like to, even though this podcast is independent of the gym, Shan has been so sound and instrumental in the culture and creating culture at the gym. That's one of the biggest things for me. And when I say that she will gravitate towards people and encourage people, she's a part of the self-care group. So how big is self-care and mental detoxing, because that's a part of your health. Yes. So how big is that for you, especially in a stressful time, as in a timeline for you walking down the aisle? How do you mentally detox yourself?
So my favorite thing to do to mental detox, y'all may think I'm crazy, right? I'll go sit in my car and I'll play music on my phone, right? And I'll just go from on Apple Music, I just go from station to station and blast my music as loud as can be. On the way here, I'm blasting as loud as can be. Normally on Sundays, I start off with my church music, and then for the rest of the day, I'm either listening to blues music or R&B music, right? So just self-detox is very, very important. That is one of my main priorities, especially being that, outside the gym, I've had a lot going on besides the wedding, things like that. I always put myself first when it comes to my mental health, because if I'm not good to you or nobody else around me, right? Exactly. So you need to let me get these little 5 minutes. If I need to go in the bathroom and I'll go listen to music in my bathroom, I will light a candle. I will take me a bubble bath with some Epsom salt in a minute. That is my nightly routine religiously. Yeah, I love to do that. But even if you can't, I always tell people, if you don't have a whole hour, I'm not telling you go to the spa every day, right? I'm not telling you have to go get a makeover here and there. But if you can take 2 to 5 minutes, I don't care if you have to lock yourself in the room closet. I know people have kids, my friends that, have kids, go lock yourself in the closet. Right. I don't care if you have to just sit there for 2 to 3 minutes and take you 10 deep breaths. Get you some time for yourself. Yeah. Because if you can't do that for yourself, how are you going to be able to help your spouse? How are you going to be able to help your friends? How are you going to be able to help your kids? How are you going to be able to, if you members of the church, if you, let's say you a deaconess or you a deacon, how are you going to be able to help your flock if your mental not together? So just take 5 minutes to take, 10 deep breaths. Not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes to take 10 deep breaths to detox. So that's important.
I love that. So what I'm going to do, because I still got some questions to ask Shan, we're going to break this up into a 2-part segment. But what I want to tell everybody is I want to really recap what Shan was saying, because if y'all didn't catch the gems, y'all really need to go back and listen, because a lot of people are looking forward to being brides, but they don't know the work it takes with yourself to actually be prepared to be a wife or be a bride. And so that's what I kind of want to hit on part 2, is to just dive deep into the preparation to becoming a bride, or get into the altar, or get into the snatch, to the wedding dress. Because you have to go through a lot of things to get here. And so I want to accredit her progress to get in here and getting y'all to understand what it takes, because everybody don't have what it takes, but they want it, right? So that'll be part 2.
That was a word. Hello.
And so Shan has told us that she devotes herself to self-care. She is committed to her fitness. She is committed to changing her mindset in order to commit to a healthy lifestyle. Her husband compliments her and motivates her, so she has a partnership that is strong and solid, and that is committed to her goals just as well as she is. And so if you don't have those things, it's really, I'm not gonna say it's impossible to do, but you want to have the essentials of your life grounded first. And so I love that about Shan. And so on part 2, we're gonna dive deep. We're gonna reverse.
Yes.
We're gonna hit the reverse because I want Shan to tell y'all, how this woman became who she is, because you have to understand that there's a blueprint behind what she's telling you today. So thank you so much, Shan. Part 2 gonna be lit.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. Yes. Part 2, we're gonna dive deeper. So
all right, so we'll see y'all in part 2. This is the Sweat and Slave Podcast. I'm your host, Untitled Chapter. This is Shan Hill, the wonderful, amazing Shan Hill. See y'all guys later. Bye.
That was so fun.
Girl.